All right, so let me just run the code again. That is MSF. MSF console. Now, that is the platform we are using for running the Nmap, not the normal console. So, okay. Yeah, just follow the step first. No, I'm still trying to run that code again because I have to continue from there. Now, from here, it is still coming up. Now on from that DB what? DB underscore status, just for me to confirm if DB underscore status, just to confirm if it's connected. So Progress SQL, my own is telling me no. Your own is still connected. Status. Okay, let me run DB underscore Nmap, followed by my target machine, which is 192.168.56.1 space hyphen variables S capital letter V space hyphen port range from port 1 to port 65 535. So you can see database what? Not connected. Now, this is what I was saying now. Because of Control C to leave here. Now, this was what I was recommending for us. If you are running it like this in an account and it's not working, run the user account. So that was user account, right? So let me run it on the root account. So most of these things have to go with the privileges. If you are not in the right account, you may not get the output. So let me start from MSF console. Okay, so let me run that DB underscore status status. The same word, no connection. Okay, so let's run that. Let's run this code. Since we're having MSF DB to initiate it. Or let's start from sudo service post SQL starts. Let's start from there. Sudo service post SQL starts. Okay, so let me run that. Let me run the status now. Status sudo service post SQL status. Okay, active. So let me wait for it to fully initialize.
It's supposed to show something else, right? Are you Control C?
Yes, you have to give me some time first. It's supposed to return us back to that MSF interface to continue. But if you use Control C now to interrupt it, that is after you have waited a while to know if it has come to an end, but if you choose to redirect you. Okay, so now, no, I just press it. I just after waiting for some time, just have to press it. Yeah, Control C, yes. So now the code I want to run now is let me run this status now. Yes, let me run that one. That is DB, right? That's DB underscore status. Underscore status. Connected now, you can see it now. Connected to what? You know, before it was showing no connection. But now I have connected to MSF, the connection type. That place was showing us no connection. Now, let's go and run this now. What we are going to run now is this. Then after this, then we'll finally launch this and see if we are going to get that code we are looking for. That is MSF DB initiates. MSF DB initiates. MSF DB initiates. Okay, so you can see that what database was already started. Now let's run the nmap. That is a DB underscore nmap. Your target machine IP address. Mine is 92.192.168.0. 56.102, and then space BV space hyphen small letter S capital letter V space hyphen port range, that is from port 1 to port 65 533 to 5 rather. So if I press it, let's see what I have here. It's still telling me database not connected. So this is root account, right? Yes. This is root account. So let me just do sudo hyphen I to switch to the root directly from here. So let me run that nmap with msf also. So if after you have checked the two accounts like this, then you know that it is network issue. Now I don't want to close here. Remember that from here I switch. I don't want to close here. From here I switch to that account so that I can see access some of the history.
I'm following you. The same thing on YouTube.
Okay. Have you switched now?
Yes, I switch.
Network issue. Well, Christopher, your own is there now, right?
Yeah, I'm right. The one is there. What great ball.
He has distributed the virus. He was one that was not working last time. Today now. So N was DB underscore nmap target machine IP address dot 168.56 dot 10 space space so B of 65,530. Yeah, I think this one has that's what good.
They are showing nmap from nmap is two results.
Okay, so just hold on. Let's finish that. So you can see it now. So from here you can see all the open ports in the IP address. So now we can now proceed. So at least we have taken note of the how to sort out the issue. Now let's continue from here. Now to scan for multiple hosts. Now that we are able to be there, let's scan for multiple hosts. You will just run hosts. So you continue your notes from here. Yes, just type host. It tries to scan for multiple hosts. To scan for multiple hosts. To scan for multiple hosts, you simply type run what? Hosts. But you must be in the nmap before you can search for that. So it's still running. I don't think initiating service scan at this. So let's hold on for it to complete. What are you seeing there in your own? Is it the last line?
Yes.
Okay, so I have to wait. My own is still loading. Let me wait. I don't want to interrupt it. Let me wait to see. Eh? I'm there. Hosts. So host. Just run host. So you can see you get this. This is what is available now. This is what is available. Now, the next step is for us to set that host to a variable. So I think to list all the words, this is the one we ran last night, right? So the next one is to list all the services. So let's say we want to list all the services in that particular host. You understand? That you just check that. Now, one of the service you want to know, it's from the service you now know which ports are what open that you are targeting. So to do that, you just run services. That is, from here, you just say services because you're already in that host and you want to know the services that are running there. So you now see a lot of services, and then you can see that some of them, let me go to the up, you see there are states. These ones are open, so a lot of vulnerabilities here. And you can see the ports that are open. This is FTP ports. Remember we have discussed ports what are representation. So now the next thing is for us to specify the IP address. Here. To list out all the services under the what? The host that you must have searched for. So the services in this case comprises you try to find out what are the ports that are running and what is their status, whether they are open or they are closed. So these are factors that will determine whether there will be need for you to even hack any of the ports. For example, now, if any port here says close, you should not even bother to say you want to what? Exploit. So now, can I move now? So the next one is to specify by IP address. Now, this is another system. Now, look at it here. The service we just run now, we just type service, right? Yeah. We did not specify which of the IP address. So if you have any particular IP address that you just want to quickly check the services that are running under it, this is the code. So you just say service instead of just ordinary service. After service, you specify the IP address of the machine. So in this case, we are still working with our targeted what machine. So if I go back there, we'll just check. So I will just say service, the IP address of services. Yeah, that is what I want to do. Then the IP address of the target machine, which is 2.168.56.1. Okay, so if I run it now, it's going to just what? Search for the services only on that machine. So these are the services. These are the services only on that machine. So you can see it now.
Like for example, you want to run like 2 IP addresses. Like can you take like data run data and
you have to take the one after the other. Yes. You can, yes. What you need to do here now is that if you have opened a what's it called? The OWASP, you can also use its own IP address and see whether you are going to get different information. Now, so it's not as if saying that it will not work, or I'm not running that way. You understand? So you can try if it works for you, fine. Now, let's go to the next one. So the next one is what? How to check for vulnerability from the listed services. How to check for vulnerability. So this particular one is one of the services that I just discovered now. Look up. Let me just take us back to where I got this from. If you check the services that we have put it now,
If I go up here, you can see, look at it here. So I want to check the vulnerability of this particular service. That is the code we are trying to implement now. So you just run what? Search what? You take the name of that service. So we just run search VSFTPD 2.3.4. That is one of the services that we got from the list. So I want to check it. VSFTPD. So most of these things on your own, when you are studying, you can go and find out their full meaning. Now, so I said to run it, you simply run what? Search, right? Search the name of the service, VSFTPD space 2.3.4. Now I want to check for vulnerability. Yeah, you can see it now. Interact with what? The module by name, what? This. Now, the next code is how to use it, how to use one of the service. Now that is available. Now to use any output option with a name or index number, you just type what? Use. Let's say I want to use, now pay attention. If I take us back to our code, we got one service available, one vulnerability as what? 0, right? Now, if eventually you run it and you see more than this, based on the IP address you are using, and I want to use this very one, I will use it with its own index number, which is 0. If there's another one that I have 1, I will use 1 to use it. That is what I am explaining here. So when I say use 0, it means I'm using what? That very one with what? Index number what? 0. So the keyword there is just what? Use. While the number is just by which of them you are using. So I will just type use 0 because that is the only service that is vulnerable from the output here. So I will just say what? Use 0 and then run it. Okay, so we are here now. How to use, look at the notes here. Now, to use any output option with the name or what? Index. That is the one I just ran now, and this is what. Yes, that is what you are going to get. That is it here. So now, the next one is what? Run information. You want to know more about that particular service. Run information to see explanation. Privilege, yes. If the privilege said no, that means what? It's not vulnerable. Are you getting it? So now, let me quickly run that. So what I will run is just what? Info. So if you have not run that vulnerability, sorry, if you have not used it, if you run info, it will not work. So all these things, they are sequential. So you can see that as what? Explained. Look at this here. Look at it, shows that what? Basic option, host, yes. The target host, whatever. Then the port is what? 21, which is FTP port. Then you can read further to know this module what? Exploits a malicious what? Backdoor that was added to the VSFTP did what? Download. So that is the essence of just to know more about it. So the next one is what? Run option to see options about it. After the info, you run option to see options about it. To make sure that you follow this order. You must use the option before you run info. After info, then you run options. So let's go there and run options. My one is still running. I don't think it has returned. Okay. So options. Options. So you can see from the options, this is what I get from the option. Check, compare it with your own. Is it the same thing? Options, what do you get? Yes, you get an interface like this. So now we have the list of what? Now we have list of options like this. This is what we have. So this is interpretation. So let me wait for us to write this, because you need to know from the option result, you need to know what each of these information that you are getting. This one, you should be seeing something like this. R what? Host, which represent target what? Machine. Arrow port 21, which represents what? Destination port FTP. Therefore, to set, so once we have confirmed that, we will set. But let me wait for us to write the note. So this is where we are, right? I said now, so we now understand. So the next thing is for us to set, set the host to a variable before we can actually what? Run we can launch the attack. We have to set it. So to set it, you write R host, a small letter, then followed by the machine address. So if I may just go back to this. I hope this is okay. So just run a. So this is what you are going to run. Set arrow host, then followed by the machine number or IP address. So set arrow host. My IP address is 192.168.56. So you now see it this way. You can see that what you see that what the host is probably set to it now. I believe that is what you get as well. Yeah, you get it like this. So now to see it, run option, the same thing. Run option. Yes. To see, you know, now you want to see it now that it has been set to that host, which is the IP address, so that you'll be sure of which machine you are targeting. Because that first time that it brought out the host, it was not tied to a specific machine, but now you have set it. So whatever code you are running now is targeting that particular machine. So we all run the option again. Run the option. Sorry. Yes, options. Is this what you get? Or node command, right?
You write only the option, or you write option again?
No, option, only option.
I got the module options, S1/,
Check what I have, the whether it's the same. Not the same, right?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just correct now. Yeah, no, it's correct now. It's the same thing now. It's the same thing now, right? Same thing now. So now, no, I left this one before. Now you want to now exploit it now. You want to break into it now fully. You now run what? Exploit. Okay, yeah, right? So now you have ensured everything is perfect now before you exploit. Are you done writing? Okay, so let's go there and run exploit and see what we get. Exploits. Perfect. Found share. Exploit completed, but no session was created. Found share at the time you exploit the machine, the IP address. Yes. We're on the same page. So now you want to know whether you have actually entered the. Now to check if you have gained access. If you have gained access, you run this code. Remember, it's one of those codes that we started learning under Linux. Who am I? You want to know the machine you are. It's from here you actually know if you have actually gained access. You run who am I? Now to check if you have gained access, run who am I? So who am I? Roots. So you can see roots. You know, this is not supposed to be your machine. You cannot access roots where you are not in your machine. So, you are what? What do you get there? Root, I mean? No, but the IP address we are using is the metasploitable now. Now you are not, this is not the root of Kali. This is the root, it's just like you are now in metasploitable. Well, I'm not sure I saw the name. The name, yes. Yes, the name you use, yes. Because when I was, you know, that one, I was just accepting the default. I was not changing the name, that is why. So now, let's check if we can still do. Now, let's run what? P what? W what? D. You know what that means now? To display what? Current working directory. These are part of the basic Linux that we started with now. So you want to run pwd. Now, also to check present working directory, run pwd and ls. Because you are in another person's machine now. You understand? You want to know the directory. Probably there's any file here that you want to access. So now if I come here now and I do pwd, you see it now. So I'm in root, then and I do ls. These are directory. This is a file. This is a file that we saved the other time. Remember how we saved this file? What do you get here on? I saw the I saw okay. That the same thing that I have here now, right? Remember this file now. This was the one we downloaded. Now to make sub account. Now let's create. You know, we talk about maintaining access, right? So you want to create an account in that particular machine. To make sub account, you run cat space etc. We have explained all this under basic Linux. Now you are creating that account as shadow. The owner of the machine is not seeing it. You are just creating an account in that machine that you always use to maintain your access. When we're discussing launching phases, remember, launching phases now, launching attack phases. We talk about maintaining access. Once you gain access, how long will you be able to access? So they will create, these bad boys will create an account that they will always use to access. So let's run this code, which actually the file on what Linus that holds the what? The hash. What is the hash? The hash is the password that you have had. Good. So now let's go and run it. You're still writing. Okay, so let's go there and so I'll say cat space slash etc slash shadow. So you can say permission denied. Which account are you working on? Yeah. Yeah. Next step, you run services again. Let me run services again here. So you see what I'm going to get. Okay. So you can see that this one now is backdoor. You follow now, not the direct. Then after running your services again, now we can see that from your service, once you run your services again, from the service, you will know which port is open, which is what? This particular port, the one I highlighted, Linus Telnet. Let me check if I have that detail. Linus Telnet, if it's open. Linus, yeah, you can see it here. This particular port is open. This one is open. So while we run that service, is for us to know which ports are open now that we have broken through. Has it work? Okay, you cannot. Okay, now what will happen is that let me stop here so that so just run it to this place. Just start switch to roots. Please, I would advise us before running this, we should ensure that we are in the roots so that it will be easier for you to hack. Because if you are not hacking from roots. Yes. Okay, I should continue, right? Okay, no problem. So that you just so now this is where we are now. Now we can see that what Telnet is open. Now let's search Telnet. So that's possible. Now let's search Telnet. So any port that you have found that what is open, now you want to search through it. So you just type search Telnet. How do we got to know that Telnet is open? Is from the service you run again. So going back there, Now search telnets. Now you can see it means that what all the services where telnet is open, they are the one you are searching. You can see all of them are what highlighted. Telnet, 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 telnet. So in this case, out of all the information that were searched, in this case, we are looking at number 12. So if you look at the information we got here, we look at what we got here, we are just going to number 12. I'm just focusing on number 12 from what I got from number 12. This is number 12. Number 12 is, where is number 12? Yeah, number 12 is what? Auxiliary admin. Auxiliary what? Admin. So we are targeting that particular one. So this is what you run. Since you are targeting that number 10, sorry, 12, you say, well, use 12. Just like the way we use 0 the other side. So after searching for the tenant, you target one. So in this case now, I said, in this case, we are targeting what? We are targeting 12. And if you look at it here, from here, this is what? Where we targeted number 12. After running use 12, we do what? Info, run option, before we can see the privileges. What is required for you to access it? This one, yes. This one, no. Yes, no. Eh? Let me. So run. We use that number 12. We use 12. After that, we'll run what? Info. After info, we will run what? Option, just like. Then let's go there and get to that particular stage first. So I'll say use number 12. Then info. Then option. Options. Options. Then after options, we are supposed to see, let me see what I have here. Okay, yeah. Name, current setting, require, description. SSL what? False. SSL what? No. So all the ones that you are seeing that are showing no, they are vulnerable. All these ones you are seeing no. They are vulnerable. They are vulnerable, yes. They are open for attack. Look at it, required. That's what SSL is not required. That's what it means. You trace it. SSL is not required. Port what? Port 80, right? Yes. Port 80. So it's confirm it, then false. SSL is not required. Then the host is not also required. So all these ones is the kind of analyzing the strengths, whether they are vulnerable or not. Now that we have found out that, now let's assign variable again. We'll reassign variable now. The same step of the other one. We'll reassign the variable, that is run set hosts. Because all this, if you don't finish it now, next class now, we have to start running everything before we can continue. So let's just run through them. So I will say set the results, arrow, host, there is S there, right? Yeah. Target machine 92.168
dot 56 dot 1 dot 2. So set. So the next one, run option again.
Oh, can you go back?
Yeah, right? So each time you set, you must run option. So now let's go and run the option again. Run options again. Options. Okay, now we have committed it properly. Now run. Now you now run. That is, now you are launching now. Just run. Yes, or exploit, good. No, the other we use exploit now. So is either you use exploit or you use run. Same thing. So let me go there. That's your writing. Can I? So now I will just, let me use the run option. Perfect. Execution, cards, sending remote command. So now you have taken another, you have already exploited. Now, I think I have to stop here. The next class we look at another exploit, how to hack another machine. So at least we have completed all these steps. So since you have written them down, yeah, just run everything and get to that place. Please